Hey, welcome back to Beard Squid. In this video, we're going to be finding out how to make this pocket rocket using a matchstick and finding out the speed using compound measures. Shoo! Now, quick disclaimer, do not play with fire because it can be very dangerous and I'm doing this only for education purposes. So take caution. Coming up. You ready for this? Okay, so what I'm going to show you is how to make one of these pocket rockets. It's a matchstick rocket. This is going to be our projectile. It's going to shoot across and we're going to find out the speed. Now, in order to do that, we are going to need household matchsticks, safety matchsticks. We're going to need barbecue skewers, the kebab skewers, and we're going to need some foil. Let's get cracking. What I'm going to do is I'm going to start off by... So I'm going to use these pliers to chop it. So I'm going to do a couple of those. And what I can do now is I can get my foil and I'm just going to mark out on the foil with my template. And I'm going to chop that out as long as you're following the lines as close as you can. Okay, so I've got my foil piece. All right, so I've got that. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to place my skewer at the bottom end. Now, make sure the match head is facing up like that. Then we're going to fold this and just keep folding it, keep folding it. Squash that tip like that. What that does is it gives a bit of weight to the arrowhead, gives a bit of aerodynamics. So I'm going to crimp it a few times. One thing that's left is I want the thins at the end. So I'm just going to get some masking tape. Now that I've got it on there, I'm just going to pinch the corners. It looks fiddly, it is fiddly, but that doesn't matter. Because remember, all you want to happen is that when it goes flying, it gives it a bit of stability through the air. So that's about right. Now that has made our matchstick pocket rocket. Now what we can do is we can use that as a projectile. And I'm going to heat it up like so. And then that, when it heats up, is going to fire my projectile. I don't want to do it here in my studio because it's going to put my tiles on fire. Let's take this outdoors. Let's see how fast. We're going to make another one. And then we can use speed, distance, and time. And we can measure how fast our rocket flies. Wow, I'm super excited about this. Let's do it. Okay, so we're outside now and I've taken the measure tape and I'm going to measure the distance of the rocket when it shoots out. I've got my phone there as a timer and it's windy, so I'm just trying to cover the wind with my hand. And you see in a second, phew, it shoots off. Let's see that in slow-mo. And then here's a projectile. You can see it traveling with the red arrow. I'll show you in real time. Is 0.88 seconds. So it's taken 0.88 seconds. Here's the rocket. And if I stretch out the measuring tape, I can find out the distance. And that's about 17 feet and 7 inches. So in order for us to work out the speed, we're going to use the following triangle, which is distance, speed, and time. So there's 3 formulas that we can make here. We can say distance is equal to speed times the time. Speed multiplied by time. If we want to calculate the time, we can do time is equal to distance divided by speed. And the one that we're looking for, which is speed, is going to be equal to distance divided by time. So that's the one that we're going to carry forward. Speed equals distance divided by time. And I know that I have a distance of 17 feet and 7 inches. Now remember that there's 12 inches in every foot. So that's going to be 7 out of 12. So 17 and 7/12 of a foot. And we know that the time was equal to 0.88 seconds. So for us to work out the speed, we're going to do 17 and 7/12 divided by 0.88. And that's going to give us 19.98 feet per second. Now, generally speaking, foot per second isn't a regular unit of measure. So what we can do is we can convert that to meters. Now we know that 1 meter is equal to 3 feet and 3.37 inches. Now remember that there's 12 inches in a foot. So 3.37 divided by 12 is going to give me 0.28. So I have 1 meter is equal to 3.28 foot. Now if I take my 19.98 foot per second and I divide that by 3.28, I'm going to get a value of 6.09 meters per second. So my rocket on average is traveling 6 meters every second. Imagine that tiny little matchstick is providing enough fuel, enough power to push this rocket 6 meters per second. Well, that's awesome. do you reckon you can make a rocket that would go faster than 6 meters per second? As always, thank you for watching, and if you enjoyed that video, then drop me a like and give me a share. And if you take on the challenge and make a pocket rocket for yourself and you record the speed, then make sure you forward your videos to me and I'll feature them in my next upload. As always, I'll see you in the next one.